How would we describe our music?
It's
Pure devastation.
Ryan and I are originally from outside of Chicago, so we came out.
Outside of this.
Yeah, we were outside of this place called Chicago, and we were driving out here to Phoenix for school, and we were driving through Colorado, and we saw a sign that said Greeley. So like we saw a sign, and Ryan was just like, "Oh, that'd be a cool, that'd be a cool band name," because we always used to joke with like what would be a cool band name.
We were roommates, and he was learning guitar, and he'd play really loud, and I used to want to shoot myself.
Yes.
It's amazing because now I'm so glad that he played all those openings. So Brandon started learning slowly, and with Dallas, and it was real basic. Like pretty much our first stuff, it was pretty scary. Dallas and I wrote. Actually, I was in Chicago, and this sounds like a love story, but like he was out here, and we like wrote over the phone. Like he would play music over the phone, and then I would sing the harmonies back to him, like the melodies or whatever. And like, it sounds really ridiculous, but that's kind of how we started. And then we came back after a summer to school, and I think we had like 17 songs, none of which we use today.
That's probably my second favorite thing about being in the band, besides the shows, but the whole recording process. It's awesome just to have time to focus on writing new songs, and just we recorded with Corey Spots, and he's just an amazing producer, and he totally just has a vision for the songs. I think just writing together too just brings the band closer. Our 3 new songs, Life is a Garden, Don't Look Away, and Y'all with the Vampire Squad, were the first songs that Brian and Josh recorded with us.
I know I was really excited about it just because it's kind of one of the last pieces for really being able to take ownership of being in a band, and it's kind of a slow process, and after kind of coming to practices, that's kind of one step. Playing shows is kind of another step, and I think that kind of being able to actually be on the recording, it's sort of the last piece in my mind of really being able to feel I had a complete sense of ownership, just like the rest of the guys do.
You're part of it.
Yes.
He was just so much fun to work with, and wow, I listen to those tracks and it doesn't sound like me. Whenever you listen to a CD, you can kind of picture what the person looks like, or the band looks like whenever you're listening to the music. And I don't picture our band,
I think as far as the new recording went, it was a really cool experience for all of us, just with the having Brian and Josh, it was their first time being really involved, that was the last step.
We're seriously shocked every show, the way that, because we're not anything, and people just freak out and get so into it with the singing and just with crowd participation.
I don't know. It's really awesome when you can feel the energy of a room. And even if we're not like having like the best night, like playing musically, like you just if that energy's still there, like it's still a great show just because it's more of an experience.
A lot of the times I don't get to look at the crowd because I'm too busy either dodging Ryan or dodge people jumping off the stage and all sorts of stuff. So basically it's trying to survive.
Just feeling like I can be on stage and not really worry about what I'm doing when I'm up there, and just being like totally letting loose and have fun.
Probably my favorite show so far was Edge Fest. That was actually my second show with the band, and there were so many people there, and it was absolutely ridiculous.
Just blown away by the response. It was awesome.
It was so crazy. I couldn't even think straight. My head was in the clouds. It's like one of those things, like the show's so big, you don't really even remember playing the songs. You're just going through it, just having fun. Then you're done. You're like, oh my gosh, we just played for so many people, and it was amazing.
The Punk the Clock tour, just because it was our first nationwide tour, and we went out with some great bands, My American Heart, The Q, For Felix, Bleed the Dream. It was like our first time just like being out on the road, living in the van, and just realizing that this is totally what we want to do with our lives, and just like, because I think that's kind of like the test is like if you can be out on the road for a little while. And obviously we haven't done as much touring as a lot of bands have, so we still have a long way to go. But like I think it like finalized it. It made us all realize that the group that we have right now, the 5 of us, all really want to do it, and we had a blast. Like some nights were really small too, and just like I guess those nights make you appreciate the fans, especially back in Arizona. I think that's what it just motivates us to just work really hard, keep writing songs, keep touring.
There wouldn't really be Greeley Estates without kids showing up to shows, and so we owe them so much. So we're really excited that there's people out there that are interested in our music, and it's definitely been huge for us just to be able to keep doing what we love, and they're the fuel for our fire.
By far, the fans are completely like what keeps the band going, and just like the energy they have at the shows, the support they have, buying the CD, buying merch. We love you guys.
The whole experience has been really awesome. Touring is probably my favorite part of being in the band, like just being on the road, experiencing new cities, new places that I've never been to before, meeting just amazing people.
Yeah, just playing music, that's all. I mean, as far as like, obviously the only thing we want to do is be able to like do this as a career, just pay our bills with it, nothing crazy, just keep playing music. So we just thank God for like the opportunity and all the people, the fans, the whole team behind the band, friends, family, everyone that's been supportive from the beginning. We just want to thank all of them. So
It started off as a joke, it turned into a hobby, and now it's like we can't imagine not doing this.